All right, hey everyone. I just wanted to quickly go over the questions for today's reading. Not really going to cover the answers, so to speak, but I'm just going to try to explain the questions a little bit more. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, here we go. So this first portion, it's on city governments. There's two levels of local government in Georgia. There are city governments and there are county governments. And above those is state and then federal. Okay. You're going to do the reading on the city government, and then you got two questions here. First one is, once the city or town makes a municipal charter, who has to approve and incorporate them? Basically, who creates, what legal entity, what legal body creates cities in Georgia? Like, how are these things made? Because they're made all the time. Just how is that done? And then the second question, it says, what services are needed to make sure people who want to live in a specific town? So keep in mind that if you live in a county, you're going to get a basic minimum set of services. So like trash, water, power, that kind of thing. Cities provide extra services, okay? So like, but the thing is, extra services cost extra money. What are some of the services that cities provide, or towns provide? It should say cities. What is it that they provide that makes people be willing to pay that extra money? Okay. All right, the next section is a reading on county government. All right, we have a lot of counties in Georgia. We have actually 155 counties, I believe, which is second only in the nation to Texas, which has 250 something counties. But why do we have so many counties? And it's connected to this idea of representation, that the more the local the government, the more likely a person's interests will be represented by that government. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind for the first question, which is, why is greater representation so important? Next question is it better to have one representative who speaks for 100,000 people, or four representatives with each speaking for 25,000 people? I think for a lot of our classes, I've done the math formula here. It's a ratio for the number of representatives per population. So this ratio right here for the first part, one representative who speaks for 100,000, that would be 1 to 100,000. Or four representatives with each speaking for 25, so that'd be 1 to 25. Which one, in your opinion, is better? So there are wrong answers, but there's lots of different right answers here. Just make sure you explain it and you tie it to logic and reason. Okay. The third question for counties is, if the people in Fulton County want to divide their county and make two counties, what would have to be done to the Georgia Constitution to get this done? All right, so in some ways, the answer is in the question, okay? It has to do with the Georgia Constitution. So cities are created, as long as you are created differently than counties. It is much harder to create or divide or change a county than it is to do the same for a city, okay? These two questions, this one right here on the county and this one right here on the cities, is trying to get you to recognize the difference in that difficulty. Okay, like what's the difference there? And finally, down here, we get to some basic, like, why do certain things happen? So why do counties provide services to their residents? Just quickly define services. Services are things like trash pickup, parks, road maintenance, just anything that you can think like a local government would do. Trash pickup, water, all of that stuff. So those are all considered to be services. Libraries. Why do counties do that? Point. And then what benefit does the county get by providing services to residents who live there? All right, so what does a county have to gain by making people want to live in that county? All right, that's again an opinion question, but there are wrong answers, but there's more than one right answer. Okay. All right, last thing I wanted to do was go over the instructions for today's lesson. So you go here to the landing page, classwork, click on 4-7 local governments in Georgia, and there's 2 steps for today. Number 1, watch my video from yesterday and use it to correct or submit, if you haven't already done so, your assignment from yesterday. Now, if you got 100 on it, you're good to go. Okay, don't worry about that. Step 2 is to do the reading I just went over and then submit it, and it will be for a grade. Okay, so this will be going into the grade book. Email me if you got any questions, post a message, I will see it, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Y'all have a great day.